Hi guys, this is actually my second time trying to film this video today. It's a tutorial using the Saucebox Forbidden Fruits palette. If you follow me on my Instagram or read my blog, you'll know that every day in July I'm picking out a different palette every day, and I can only use the shadows from that palette. So I thought I'd do a tutorial today on this look. But the one I filmed earlier was like a get to know me with my forehead. It was so bad I couldn't really use any of it. So I'm going to try again, and hopefully it'll work out better this time and you can actually see what I'm doing. Here goes. I'm starting with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. This is particularly important as I'm not going to be able to use like a skin toned base shadow. It'll help everything blend a bit better and stay better. Keep your head up, Rachel. So I'm taking the matte colour Grapefruit on a Zoeva crease brush just through my crease as my transition colour. Darkest in my crease and then trying to blend it out to nothing. Which would be much easier if I had like a neutral skin toned colour underneath, but there you go. That's why it's called a challenge. I'm going to take the same colour on my Real Techniques, what is this, shading brush, my lower lash line. And blend it out with the Zoeva brush. And then I'm going to take the Real Techniques brush again and go in with the bright pink satin called Tutu. Take it on the inner 2/3 of my lid and I'll pat it on rather than swipe it so that the colour's a bit stronger. And then blend it out with the Zoeva brush again. Then I'm going to take the matte deep cool tone purple. It's called Plumtastic, but I'm sure it should be Plumtastic. Sorry, the boiler just came on. And it's in the room next to me. So yeah, I'm taking the Plumtastic on the outer third, and again I'm patting it on to get more intensity. Taking it up to the crease, I'll blend it out with the Zoeva brush. And I'm going to take the same colour to the outer third of the lower lid. I'm also going to pop a bit of the Tutu just in the centre of the lower lid. Sorry, I'm doing it again. I'm prone to slumping, slouching. Right, for an inner corner highlight I'm going to use the palest shade, which is called Forget Me Not, and I'm just going to dampen my Real Techniques accent brush with some Urban Decay setting spray, so I can apply it damp. I've got quite close set eyes, so an inner corner highlight's important for me. I think it's the same. It's hard to tell when you're not doing both sides, you know, at the same time. I've definitely got more colour under that eye. I'll just go back in on the other side. Blend it out. Sorry, I'm aware I'm looking into the viewfinder a lot. I keep checking that I'm actually in frame. That's a bit better. Right, I'm using, for eyeliner, I'm using the MUA Luxe Precision Felt liner. It stays wet for quite a long time, and you can do a thick or thin line with it. However, my eyes are watering, so I'm hoping it stays on. I'm doing just a small flick in theory. It normally goes wrong and then I have to make it huge. And I'm not very good at getting them the same on both sides. The wing I did the first time was a lot better, you just couldn't see it. And it's gone wrong. I'll just have to make my mascara thicker to cover it. I'm sure you've all seen that picture on the internet where you're trying to even out one side and even out the other side and you just end up with two massive black rings. I'm not happy with that liner, but it's going to have to do, or I will end up like a panda. Right, I just checked, my eyelashes might still be curled. And I'll go back in once more, just in case. For a quick curl. I'm using the Maybelline Mega Plush Volume Mascara. It's quite good for just achieving fluttery lashes. I'm not sure how it would be for giving length, as I've already got long eyelashes. I blob mascara on my skin almost every time, and my tip would be to let it dry before you try and wipe it off. That way you don't get black smudges. It normally just comes straight off if you use a cotton bud. Right, I'm just going to take off my mascara mistakes. So here's a close-up of the finished look. Like I said, I'm not happy with the eyeliner, but it'll have to do. I'll just end up making it worse. So that's the finished look. I hope you like it. It's colourful obviously, but I don't think it's too much, and it's quite simple to do. I really recommend this Saucebox palette. I don't have anything quite like it, especially colour-wise altogether. If you want pinks and purples and that's your thing, I really recommend this one. They're really good quality, I mean huge size pans, and I've also used 3 of the colours at least as blush, and they look really good as long as you as long as you go not heavy-handed, light-handed, yes. If you want to see more of these looks where I just use one palette, then follow me on my blog or on Instagram. The details will be down in the about bar. My face makeup is the makeup I did in the 3-minute challenge. It actually wasn't that bad when I had a look at it afterwards, so I just added some powder to tone down the blush, and then changed the lips. This lipstick, well, it's the Jeffree Star liquid lipstick in I'm Nude, and then I've just used the Urban Decay Midnight Cowboy pencil for the edges and to do a bit of an ombre. Hope you've enjoyed this. See you next time.